everybody, it's Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. Let's do a fun little craft today. I think it's gonna be cute. It's in my mind, you know how that goes, right? Okay, so got a mess going on here. I was thinking it out as I was coming up with it, and I think it's going to be really cute. We're going to use one of these DollarTree Christmas plaques that they came out with, obviously, at Christmas. And I guess we will cut them because they don't have the little, I forget what you would call that, little toggle. But we'll save that. And then we are going to just take a Dollar Tree scraper and gently, if we have to add heat, but you know what? This is so old. See that? It's kind of just lifting off. If you go around it gently, and if you need to add heat, add a little heat. And that will melt the glue underneath it. There we go. A little bit over here hanging on. Okay. So there, look at that. That came all off in one piece. And if you do have to add heat, it's going to get a little hot, obviously. So be careful. But, yeah. So it did take a little of the paper off, but we don't care because we're going to paint that. So let's put that away. And then let's just sand here. I'm going to scrape off a couple of the glue dots, right, that I can get off. And then I'm going to sand the rest here. And some sticky stuff. I think we can probably go ahead and sand that real quick now. And if you do take too much of the paper off or whatever, you can always use the reverse side of this, don't forget. But I like my things to be primitive and, you know, on the antique and old grungy side. So to me, the more texture, the better. It's going to look like a real slab of wood when I'm done with it. And that's what I am going for. All right, excuse the sniffles, man. I cannot get, no matter what I do, if I take if I take, and anyways, excuse the sniffles. All right, look at that. I was going to go right to the antique wax, but we have to put it in white first. So I am going to pour a little bit of my antique, no, Jill, slow down. I am going to pour a little bit of my Waverly White chalk paint, but any white paint will do. I'm going to pour some in my Dixie cup so I can get in there with my paint brush and slap this all onto my surface here. And so I'm going to give this probably one coat because I am going to come back with the antique Waverly wax. And so I don't really care. There are snowflakes on here. So I'm going to try to go over and cover those snowflakes well. So in some places it will be heavier white and in some places it won't be. But that's okay because that's going to go lead right into that grungy look that I am looking for. So I'm going to dry this up with my heat gun. And then we'll take a look at it and see if we have successfully covered all of our snowflakes on here. And then we will be right back. Let me just dry this up. Okay, I am going to do a second coat. And you can kind of see some of the snowflakes. So I'm going to give it a quick second coat and we'll be right back for time's sake. Okay, 2 coats later, we are nice and dry, and that's what we have. And I love that I can still see that shiplap look through it, because I might use my ruler and go with that. But I'm going to get a little bit of my antique wax on here first. You know, I wanted to tell you guys, if you are new here, or even just a beginning crafter, right? A beginner. You don't have to have Waverly chalk paint. You don't have to have, I'm trying to find a good stiff bristle brush here. You don't have to have antique Waverly wax. You can use some apple barrel brown paint and a little bit of water to get the same effect. Let me tell you, I've been crafting for 30 years probably, right? A good 25, maybe 30, maybe, I can't even do the math. I'm not smarter than a second grader. But listen, I have used water and brown paint for years and years and years before they came out with this fancy stuff, right? All right, I'm gonna go with the grain. So actually, I even have some wrinkles because this is paper that's covering this MDF, and so when it gets wet with the paint, it's kind of gonna look like the grain of the wood. So I'm going with that. So up and down, I dab onto a paper towel so that I have a very dry brush. So let's just dry brush our antique wax onto our surface here. Yeah, just like that. Not heavy, just in a little bit of places, like around the corners where it would get worn. I'm going to get some more on my brush. And so when we're dabbing, we're pushing that paint up inside those bristles so that when we want to come back and put a little heavier pressure on the brush, we're going to get a little darker coverage. So that's what I am doing now. I'm going around my edges with a little darker and a little more pressure just to get that effect that I like, that little antique effect, so that it looks primitive, like it came out of Little House in the Prairie. When I say primitive, think Little House in the Prairie. I would love that. Okay, so there it is, right? It looks like an old-fashioned wanted poster. I'm going to take my ruler real quick, and we are just going to make some pencil lines right on top of their lines already on the DollarTree surface. I'm just going to darken those with my ruler and pencil, and then I'm even going to like smudge it a little. Yeah, so that it doesn't look like pencil, but more like a groove in the wood. It's funny. Sometimes I can't draw a straight line. I can't even get my ruler to go on a straight line sometimes. It's like, what is the problem here? All right, so there is that. So now we have our, and now I am going to take this bad pencil eraser. Hold on, I gotta stretch. It's kind of, I use it all the time to smudge. It's one of those that is like no longer, it's not an eraser, it's just, it would just smudge your stuff anyway, so that's what I use it for. And I'm just gonna go up and down. You'll see, I'm gonna hold this up. I'm just gonna go up and down my pencil eraser. My pencil lines with this terrible, you know those erasers on top of pencils sometimes that get almost plastic and they're like shiny? They're not rubbery. I don't know what happens to them. But look, it smudges that great. So I keep it around, and that's what I do. You could probably just smudge it with your fingers, though. Probably just smudge it with your fingers. Yeah, you can do that, too. You can just, a good smudging with your fingers will do wonders. Okay, now we have this gorgeous surface that we have to now decorate. So don't get nervous, but we're going to put polka dots on it. Yes, that's what my vision is. We're going to put some red polka dots on it. And again, I think I will get, I guess, let's see. I guess I will get, it's empty, so I will put my red paint, and this is Apple Barrel. It used to be 50 cents. I have so much paint. I haven't bought it since the pandemic, so I'm sure it's not 50 cents anymore. But I love this color, and it's called Flamenco Red by Apple Barrel. Walmart. Very cheap. Okay, so we're going to go in here with some red. And I didn't know if I wanted to go with the big dots or medium dot. So I think I'm going to go with the big dots and maybe both sizes. We'll see. But first, I'm going to get rid of this brown, and I'm going to take another paper towel or a piece of paper will do, and I'm going to dab the sponge in. These are DollarTree daubers, and I am going to put my first circle. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I don't have an overhead camera right now, so we can't do that because I don't know. It's just because you do 10 steps forward and 1100 back, right? Okay, so that was too much paint, but there's our first dot. And let's do another dot. Okay, so we're gonna put this beautiful piece from the Dollar Tree in the middle. So I'm gonna do a dot or two behind it, but I'm just gonna keep on dotting this whole surface. And I'm going to go off the edge, right? Because it's not going to be on our dots on perfect. So off the edge over there. And we need to go maybe off the edge over here because it needs to be kind of symmetrical. And then I think that's good. Now I think I want to go back in with some little dots. So let's try that. I'm going to dab this in my first dot to pick up some of that paint, and I'm just going to put one here. I love these daubers. That wasn't enough paint. We got to go back. Unless you want it that way. I like it that way sometimes too, that it didn't show up perfect, right? But let's get it all over our dauber. And don't be stingy with the paint when you're doing the circles. So I'm going to put a little more in my cup here. And then I'm going to do a couple more. Maybe one over off the edge here. And one up here. And one, that's it maybe. Do you think? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. What do you think? I don't want to overly dot it. What do we think? I think it's cute. I feel like it needs something over here. So let's just do that. All right. Now, I am going to put you on pause, and I'm going to clean up my mess. And we're going to dry this up, and then we'll be back to do the next step. How cute is that? Almost looks like ladybugs. Okay, all dried and so cute. But I think just to pull it all together, we have to put a little Antique Waverly wax over the red as well, because we want it to all come together, you know, to match. I guess I don't know the word. Anyway, so lightly just go over it again, and I'm going to focus this time heavily on my downward pencil marks. I need a little bit more. It's still dry brushing. We're only dry brushing, and we're doing this over the red dots so that they match the backing, right? So that it doesn't look like one part is antiqued and the other isn't. So, excuse me, I am going to darken up those middle lines. It almost looks like an old fence, a little piece of shiplap on a wall. I love that look. Now, obviously, if that's not your favorite style, don't do that part, right? You do you, boo. just like I'm gonna do me. I am just gonna do me. I'm always gonna do me. And I'm just gonna let Jesus shine the way, right? So that I can be me. And I like it this way. That's the way I like it. Okay, so look, here it is. So cute. I just love this. This craft is all about this painting technique. I mean, today's craft is just all about painting technique. It's so cool. All right, let's cover this up so we don't have any accidents. And make sure I don't have the baby wipe out here. Actually, here's the one. Let's get all the paint off my fingertips before I spread it. All right. Now, we're going to take out this beautiful, to me, it's the Birch and Vine. That's their new line at the Dollar Tree. It's by Birch and Vine. It's such a tiny writing. I'm working on getting new glasses, but let's see. Anyway, I can't read it, but we're going to cut that part off because we just want this. It's like wicker. Isn't that? It's under my nose, you guys. I'm not picking my nose. It's kind of like a wicker or rattan heart. I really like it. So that is going to go in the middle of our design here, but we're going to work on a crazy bow too before we go any further. And I keep wanting to use all these beautiful ribbons from the Dollar Tree. They have come out with some, but I'm telling you, I am also loving all the fabric they are giving us. Look at this. Before I came on, I'm making a mess. I cut up some of the fabrics. Look at this fabric, you guys. Can you see that? And this, it's like, and this one is like little teeny red lines of ticking, hard to see. So I cut up a whole bunch of strips of those. And I have some odd pieces of lace in here. And I have some odd pieces of muslin in here. And just a bunch of rags, okay? And so what we're going to do is take our jute, if we can find it, and pull out a piece. A good piece, because we want enough to tie. Don't fall in. And I even have some of this, actually, we might throw in. This is not Dollar Tree, but hey, let's see. We'll throw some in. Let's do this. Let's get some of it over here anyway. All right, so we're going to lay our jute this way, up and down from us here. It's probably a little too long. And let's start out with one of these. So I'm going to, I think I want this small because our heart is small. So see, we don't want our fluffy bow this big. I mean, sometimes we do, but we don't want it covering the heart. So I'm going to do it like half that size and just do a little pom-pom-ish fluffy bow. So that's going to be our measurement right there. All right, so what we're going to do is on top of the jute, we're going to make an X. There we go. There's our X. Okay, kind of keep that in the middle. And now we are going to just layer it. So I didn't pre-cut these strips. So I'm just going to do it as I go. And we're just going to put in, and we'll trim it up at the end. So we're just going to keep putting it in an X. All right, so again, let's add this piece. And like I said, at the end, we can give it a haircut if need be. I feel like my pieces are getting bigger as I go. All right, here. And so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep layering and layering these little pieces of rag materials. Now I'm going to put some of the white muslin. It's actually coffee dyed, so it's actually looks like a dirty sheet. Let's see, what do we want to go with next? Let's go with this. We haven't used this. This is that cute ticking material from the Dollar Tree, so we're going to make that in an X. and put that in there. Fold it over on me. I want a little bit like that. Let's put some more lace, a little more lace. And this is, I don't know where this lace has been in my craft stash forever. It could have come from the Dollar Tree. And let's put in another piece of this really, really nice homespun. I love this. I got this at Walmart this year, and I've used it in a lot of our crafts. Really loving it. All right, I think that should be good. I mean, we used every little piece. Here, no, let's finish it off with this red. Let's go like this and do another piece. Finish it off with this red. And then I might use the rest of this piece on top of the jute once we tie this up. All right, so there's our X. Everything is in of X. That's it. Now we're just going to tie it in the middle as tight as you can. Push all those down right where you want them. Don't let them curl. Just let them pleat. Don't let them curl in and flip over. Just pinch them together with that jute. I'm trying to explain it more because I don't have the overhead, so trying to explain it. All right, now I'm pulling that as tight as I can, and I'm going to come around the back and tie it up again. That's why I give it a long jute. It's a little wasteful, though. If you don't have sore fingers like I do, you don't need to use quite as much. You can zip, zip, zip it. And I used to be able to zip, zip, zip with my fingers and do all the little things I wanted to do with them. All right, you guys, so this is our little crazy bow. Hold on. It has all these fun little layers that you can twist out and show what you want to show. And I am just going to give it a little tiny haircut because like one is sticking out way too far. And then that's it, you guys. That's our bow, and it is adorable. You could put a button in the middle. You could put any embellishment in the middle here. But that's our little crazy bow, and I say, why not tie it right onto the loop here of our beautiful wicker or rattan or whatever this material is. We will glue it as well, but let's tie it right onto the heart. They gave us a perfect little spot to do that. All right, I'm doing that in 3 knots and put a little tiny bit of hot glue there so it doesn't ever come out. There we go. And pull it tight, and then I'm going to snip off those tails, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to just fluff it up. Just fluff it and make all of my layers come through so you can see the lace, and you can see all this and see that, and it's so much fun, you guys. I really love the messy bow. All right, now, I was going to put this in the middle over my jute and forgot, but it looks adorable. So, I don't know if I should put a button. I'm having so much fun, you guys, and I don't want to stop making this little craft. But I have to get ready for a Saturday Night Live as well. How about, I don't know, what can we put in the middle there? Maybe we don't need anything in the middle. I'm looking for a little tiny wooden heart, maybe. Yeah. All right. I'm not even going to paint it because it naturally matches the wicker. So look it. I'm going to give you a cute little... So much fun to just sit here and craft and have all my friends with me. I can't wait till I have 1,000 subscribers. Then I can go live. All right, look at how cute. How cute is that? We judged that thing up so sweet. That is perfect. All right, here comes the finale. Oh, let's put our jute hanger in, or we can put one of these ribbon. We can use a ribbon. Do we want to use a ribbon? Do we want to use a ribbon? I kind of do like that. Is this one longer? All right. I don't think we can get them through the holes. So what we're going to do is tie a knot for decoration purposes. So do it loose. So I'm going to put a little tiny hot glue in here and tie my knot. I did that backwards. I should have put my thing through and then put my glue. Burn myself. Okay, so I have a knot there. I'll do it one more time. It fell right out, you guys. My knot fell right out. All right, we have a knot. And we're going to need a knot on the other side. I'll do it 3 times. 3 times the charm. All right, and because I don't have a tail on the other side, I'm going to just butt it off at the knot. And where our holes are, we're just going to put our glue. And I'm going to put a little bit more than that. You don't want it to show, but you really want it to hold. So I'm going to put my knot in that glue. And we'll hold that for a moment. And we're going to do the same over here. So I think we can accomplish both there at the same time. So let's put a little heap ton, but a small pile. A small heap ton. Is that an oxymoron? All right, there we go. Put that in there and hold, hold, hold. Happy holding the hot glue to you. Happy holding the hot glue to you. Happy holding the hot glue to you. You guys. There we go. There's our hanger, and this project is finished. All right. Give me a thumbs up. I'm only kidding. I don't know where. All right, you guys. We have to put this. This is the finale piece. So now it's going to be difficult. I have some Jenga blocks handy because I was thinking we might have to tuck a couple in the back just to glue it, right? So that we have a surface to adhere to. So I'm just going to try that. I don't know how good it's going to work, but we're going to try just to give it a little bit more surface to glue to in the back. So there's one little Jenga block. And here will be 2 little Jenga block. And I think I'm going to try to squeeze this one. Or do I have a little cube? A little cube. Well, it would be nice if I could squeeze this one in up here. So I don't think it will go there, though. It doesn't really have a lot of room. So I don't know. I thought I had a little cube. I must. No? No? No cube? All right, we're going to just go with the one Jenga block that I put on the back, and that's going to help. I know that's going to help. So that and wherever it meets the road here. So let's put a heap ton of glue here because, you know, I can tell it's going to hit the surface in those bumped up places for sure. And then I'm going to put a lot also on the Jenga block. So again, heap ton. Don't be shy with the glue. And then center it right down in the middle of your beautiful shiplap. It's a beautiful polka dotted shiplap piece. I think this came out darling. I love the natural effects. Maybe we could have put in a little bit of Waverly wax on it. But I like it just the same. It came out just adorable. Let me get all these cobwebbies off of here. Just roll those down in my fingers. I love the polka dot. I thought that would be a nice new little something different to do, right? All right, let me not hold it because I'm wiggling it. I can't not touch it. Let's put a little bit of glue. We tied the bow on. It's not glued, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue also just to hold it so that it's not too wiggly. And then, you guys, this now is a finished product. And this is now a perfect time for you to give me a thumbs up. Sharing is caring. Is that crooked? No, I get it right down in the middle. And it really does help my channel grow if you share this with your friends, family, and social media. And make sure you hit the subscribe button because we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. And let's see, what else? Talk to me in the comments and do all the things. And yeah, a little brain dead today, can you tell? Little silly, little brain dead. It's been a week. You know, it's been a week. And sometimes on Saturdays, my head's in 2 different places, so forgive me for that. All right, everybody, I will see you guys again on Monday. And I hope you're having a great weekend and be blessed. And until I see you again, be good and do good. Bye now. Look at that beauty.